Okay, and we're back. Now, for Back to the Wood, we need to go Vesper Stand. We're not in Vesper Bay, sorry. To the Waking Sands. Now, I couldn't remember for the life of me if we had done the ferry trip. We probably have, because we've been to Vesper Bay before, but I thought, well, we can take, why take the risk? We can try it. And we can also show off a little option. So you can actually go here into your control settings in the character configuration, and you can skip cutscenes that you've previously viewed, various cutscenes, housing. So basically, if you've seen a cutscene before, it will skip it for you. This is really good if you're redoing dungeons, because then you don't have to skip it yourself, it'll skip it for you. You can also do transportation cutscenes and housing cutscenes. Housing on just generally refers to like training Chocobo and stuff like that. But yeah, so if you tick that, you don't have to try and skip as soon as possible, and it will skip automatically so that it doesn't even try and load it, kind of thing. But yeah, you will, well, it will try to load it, but it will skip a lot faster than you can ever skip it. So let's go to Vesper Bay and we'll find out if we've seen this before. Loading. Yes, we've seen it before. No harm, no foul, and you now know where that button is. This is probably another. Yeah, that's another dungeon. The Sunken Temple of Quan. That's a kind of interesting dungeon. There are some mechanics. That's where mechanics really start to play an important role. Oh, also, I actually had the Nighthawk visor in my inventory, so I replaced the iron salata that was there before. It's from the 1,000 Miles of Totodile, so yeah. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventurer, welcome back, Scarlett. Lady Minfilia awaits you within the Solar. Please enter at your leisure. Yes. So yeah, green stuff is. See, there's no real like color thing for Final Fantasy 14, like there isn't like a WoW or a Diablo. Generally, just know that the blue stuff is probably like artifact or relics, or not relics. Relics are purple. Like artifact gear or stuff from quests or special like paid gear. And then the green stuff is either crafted or from dungeons, like super high level crafting or dungeons, and then the rest is just normal. The ethereal gear that we had before, the pink stuff, that goes away very quickly. I'd actually, like, pre-level 50 is the only time that they exist. After that, I've never seen ethereal gear again. So, yeah. I'm given to understand that the matter of Ramuh has finally been resolved. I fear resolved speaks of permanence we cannot rightly claim, yet I am well satisfied that the Lord of Leven will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Yeah, that's all hindering on Galia not fucking shit up, which it probably will. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How fares the investigation? Well enough. Thancred is sparing no effort. They are as oh my god, where am I getting as from? They are many and one, just as you suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still. I see. I have been meaning to ask, but is Alisaie quite well? I feel as if I have scarcely seen her in the recent days. Oh, you haven't, and nor have I. Alas, Alisaie has chosen to walk her own path, stubborn girl, but you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust the Baldessian report will serve you well. Didn't click there. I take it that we can proceed as discussed? Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to act. It is good to see you again, Scarlett. I have been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the Twelveswood. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Scions proud. With that, we can strike Ramu from the list. So who's next? The Sahagin and Leviathan? The Lord of Wall has not answered his minion's call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Sahagin remain as aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals required to call forth their god. As with the Sylph, we can leave them to their own devices for a time at least. For a time bears repeating, we can ill afford to fall complacent. It is as Y'shtola says, unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when the next Primal will return to the plague the lands. This is the best case. We must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Any word on Titan? The Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long. You may depend on that. Indeed. So then, of all the known primals that have been active in recent times, we are left with Gridania. Wait, I meant Garuda. Who's the primal for the Ixals? I think that's what she said. I clicked too early. So many malms to cover. Would that there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we should not long have wanted for a more practicable solution. She's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief? But one sure step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs, under the sage's guidance of the Seedseers. I bid you all enjoy a moment's respite. You have earned it. Maybe I should have left the Conjurer's quest for this part. Whoops. Doesn't matter. I think we're going to be sent on a quest anyway. Well, I mean, obviously we will. Is there something else, Scarlett? Beg pardon? A man named Lahabrea sporting a red mask and robed in black. 12 Preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Ascians took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Gods, this bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this Lahabrea. Learn all we can of him and his designs. I dread to the... Eek. Oh. Tataru. A sylph in Thanalin? At long last, this one finds walking one Scarlett. This one is most dependable of these ones. Is sent by Elder Fruxio to help walking ones. This one is called Neuraxia. This one comes as a friend. Let these ones be friends. Pleasure to meet you, Neuraxia. Alright. So we're going back to the back into the end solar. Main failure. Yes, Tattoo is as ready to express her fright as she is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged of the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see others continue to grow. Ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite. Scarlett, drawn to the hope that shines within you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Ascians' presence, but that they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. Okay. Yay, achievement! Don't think we get anything special for that. Because some achievements do give you titles and stuff, but no. I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary, Scarlett. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked men. The Ascian known as Lahabrea. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound dealing with another Primal. At present, we know little and less about the Ascians, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be a reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each growing company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go, speak to the Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah to inquire further. How you go about your investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, please never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Scarlett. Okay. So let's head back. Well, I mean, we can just teleport to Ul'dah because we're pretty close. Okay. So we'll tip this up. I'll be honest, I don't actually remember this bit. So, see what happens. The Masked Man. Ah, you have come on behalf of Science, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia, there's been a sighting of this rogue near about Eastern Thanalan. A brass blade sanctioned at Highbridge described him in detail when he alerted us to the suspicious activity. I point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Quirin. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travellers. Folk are always coming and going, and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow's always starved for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have coin to the or mind to spend it. Okay. So, the Highbridge. What's that? Pugilist Guild. And Thaumaturge. Neither of which are we going to do. So, Western Thanalan. Oh, I can't get to Eastern from there, never mind. So, that's Southern Eastern. So, Camp Dryburn. I thought so, just wasn't sure. Okay. Alright, I think that's, yeah, it's just leaves. Alright, let's go. Is this one of the areas that we have mount speed for? No. certainly doesn't feel like it either. Okay. This way, I think. Yep, there we go. We've got nothing in here, I don't think. Eastern Thunderland, Welbeck Wood, that's way over the bridge. Again, way over the bridge. They might be close enough to make it feasible, but I doubt it. That's very cool. I love that. It's kind of cool when it's foggy as well, because you can just see. That's all you can see is this yellow glow. It's pretty cool. But yeah, while it's pretty, where that is actually a really annoying maze. But we won't get into that yet. That's a ways off yet. Welcome to Highbridge, adventurer. Whatever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man. I'm not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. After a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of the many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, mayhap you'll learn a thing or two, eh? I don't have one of those in stock. Smart ass. Ooh, salmon pink. I actually used all the dye on my healer, on the conjurer gear, just to get rid of it. That's why you don't see it. It's not on my retainers. When the Order of Ul'dah began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims. But thanks to the nigh endless beastman raids, folk are too afraid to come within a mile of here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I loathe to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good though, not for my business to survive. I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares, spend a bit of coin and help a struggling merchant? The masked man. Bah, they'll take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know about him, go and ask the other merchants. Okay. So let's go talk to this dude over here. Oop. Okay. I heard tell of a masked devil. Seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about Thunderland too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me that he's more than a figment of the imagination, but little is known about him otherwise. Okay. Oop. Wrong one. Okay. Up to this guy. There's actually a fate along here, which is kind of interesting. I think it's like a whole chain of fates, but I can't remember. On the trail of a masked man, eh? I've heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. It's said he wears a black hooded robe and looks right suspicious. And that's all about all I can say. Little it is though. Little though it is. I might actually just shoot over and grab the hunt log stuff while we're here, because I don't remember where it sends us to from here, so we might as well do it while we're here. These are actually I don't know if we'll get any, but they have relatively mid-level like materials on them. I don't know if they get reused later on, but I remember for a while having to like send my retainers on ventures to get it. Oh, that's the thing I can probably talk about. So, getting like leathers and stuff requires that you kill these enemies over and over and over and over and over. But it's extremely inefficient because you can spend like an hour and get 30 low quality, but nothing high quality. So if you need high quality, you're shit out of luck, plumb out of luck. So ideally, what you would do is you would have your retainer level. You would get your retainer to level the combat class, and then send them out to go get it, because they're a lot better than, a lot more efficient, a lot better than you doing it. Granted, they might not bring back high quality either, but you know, it saves you a lot of work, and then having to constantly go kill items, kill a bunch of stuff. And you know, it'll take you a while just to kill a single target. Hey, look, these things as well. Be closer. Come on. That's one thing I miss about Rogue Ninja. Or Ninja. They have an ability that really long distance. What else? Yeah, and you know, not only that, but you can send them off to get the material, and then you can go and do other things. And you know, it's all well and good. Like, I'm talking an hour as like a severely high level character, like comparatively to where you're nearly killing them in one hit, and it's taking me an hour, and I'm only getting like 30 and stuff. Whereas if you were closer to this to their level, it's going to take you a lot longer to gather this stuff. So ideally, you would want to level your retainers and get them to do it for you. He's got fire damage added to auto attacks. How many more of these do we need? One more. We'll avoid the ranges if I can. Pull you over here. Okay, there we go. Okay, that should be enough. Yep. And then did I finish the other playable stuff? Oh, that was a Maelstrom one. There you go. I didn't realize. So yeah. So, alright, we got heaps of time. So we got what's our? We got 1,200. I think the next level up. What rank are we actually? I don't even remember. 3rd class, which is right at the bottom. I think that's like for 2,000 or something to level up 2,000 seals. Gotta talk to this impassive merchant. He's got a pretty good view, if I do say so myself. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't. Nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking about. Folk have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of all the Queeran raids. None but the most devout of pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. Devout of pilgrims? I'm assuming it's because of the... Where is it? There's like a ruins. I don't know if we've looked at it before. I won't mount up so we can see. Yeah, see? Down there. I'm pretty sure that's the sunken temple of Khan or whatever. Like that's where part of the dungeon takes place, I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be really wrong. I haven't read Thandalin in my lore book yet, so cut me a break. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier, but it's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Queeran raids are so constant, so organized, we're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for the masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. Oh look, he's heard something. Ah, the investigative adventurer. are you still on the trail of that masked man, by any chance? I happen to remember something, and would share it with you. You recall my telling of how the Quirin have been raiding Highbridge nigh without cease. Well, there is a rumour that those filthy rats have been meeting with a great hulk of a man in secret. While I can't say whether this is the mysterious fellow you seek, I reckon it's as good as lead as any other. According to the witness, the rendezvous takes place in the Quirin lair located southeast of here. If you go there, perhaps you'll come upon some kind of clue. Be careful though, the nasty buggers don't take kindly to visitors. Alright, so where are we going? Oh, we're going the other side. Bugger. Yeah, that's alright. So we're finally getting to area, catching up to our level, effectively. What level is this? This is 24. So we're still a ways off. 9 levels? Is that math correct? I think it is. 9 levels off. Alright, so this lot isn't going to be a problem, I don't think. Oop, bump the mic. Hope that didn't like blow your eardrums. Well, that's less than 9, so yeah, they're probably going to attack us. Oh no. Maybe? Oh, have a look. Yes, they are. Okay. Sorry, I can't math at the moment. I haven't had my next coffee. Clearly. Alright. Let's pull these guys in, because we're not going to be able to do that. We might just be able to. Sure, let me just do this for you. Kill all these enemies for you, and then you can come and get your bloody quest. Oh, you buggered off. I think you went the wrong way. Oh, Jasper picked up that one. Nice. I actually don't know if we get a second, AoE. I've never honestly gone much higher than this level for a warrior. There it is. It's a combo action with overpower. All nearby enemies as well. Nice. So yeah, so Mithril Tempest. Alright, so back to Highbridge. I'm probably going to get picked up by one of them, but that's fine. We can just keep running. Very cool. Oh, we're going all the way back. No, that's right. That's where that other guy was. So did you end up investigating the Quirin lair? Yes, and there was a letter. A letter you can't make heads or tails of. Let me see here. This is written in Amalgic. You're in luck. Just so happens I learnt a spot of it back in the day, so as to expand my potential clientele. Seems the contents pertain to, whoa, people trafficking. Gods be good. If I'm reading this right, the Quirin are trying to strike a deal with the Ul'dah. They mean to catch hapless souls at Highbridge and sell them off like sacks of potatoes. To think that the different tribes of beastmen are colluding in their villainy, I must warn everyone to maintain vigilance. You have my thanks, adventurer. Had you not braven the Quirin lair, no one would have known what the creatures were plotting until they actually began picking us off one by one. On the other hand, I suppose that means you're No closer to finding your man. Well, unless it's an Ul'dah you're looking for, but probably not, huh? Yeah, we'll pop another one. We'll go a little bit over. We went over last time. That's because I didn't record the actual time. But I finally got some honest-to-goods information on your masked man. This time, it's a real thing, I swear. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own 2 eyes. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over the Thal's Respite. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man. Your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Quirin appeared soon after, and group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear anything of much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use the smouldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So what do you think? That's some sound, reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well, worth all the lingering about you. Worth all the lingering about you've been doing. Wouldn't you say? Probably. So where? All the way up there. Okay. So on to South Shroud, effectively. I think this might actually be a, oh, I don't remember, to be honest. But I wonder if it's a solo duty or something. What's up in there? I don't remember. Thal's Respite, okay. So that's Cutter's Cry down there, isn't it? No, that's Ul'dah. Right, whoop, too far. Right, up here we go. Okay, chuck that in there. We'll see what happens. You sense a hostile presence. Corpse Brigade Foot Soldier. It's not what we were expecting. Okay. Now we return to Hihibaru. I will call it. Because that was actually a really short quest. Okay. So yeah, so you can see the burning wall. See, it's a bit of a maze. And you know, when you're off level, the maze is annoying because there's a bunch of hostile enemies in there. Well, sorry, aggressive enemies is what I meant. All enemies are hostile. Well, yeah. Make some enemies. Alright. Hihibaru. Back so soon? Were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? Well, that. This scroll. It bears a prayer to Ralgar the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Ralgar is the guardian deity of Alamigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last skill that your assailant was Alamigan. It seems the masked man of yours is very connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That self-same merchant also senses danger ahead and darkness beside. Are you certain that you would rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? Oh, this is the It kind of reminds me of Dark Souls armor. Sadly though, it's a one of those ones where it takes a slot of your headgear, and we've already got better normal gear, so we'll just go with that. And that's what we've got for... oh no we don't. Alright, with that, while we're undercover, I'm going to call it there, and we shall bid you adieu. And we'll catch you next episode, where we'll continue on to Little Alamigo. Catch you later.